Ford has quietly built the most complete performance truck in the midsize segment, and most buyers still do not realize what $57,000 actually gets them here. The Ranger Raptor is not a stripped-down off-roader with a performance badge on it. It is a fully loaded, Fox-suspended twin-turbo V6 truck that happens to cost $7,000 less than a Tacoma TRD Pro and roughly $30,000 less than an F-150 Raptor. That gap alone changes the entire conversation around mid-size performance trucks. In Velocity Blue, with the Raptor graphics package running down both flanks, the proportions hit differently than photos suggest. The flared fenders push the body out over those 33-inch BFGoodrich KO3 all-terrain tires, and from a low angle the stance is genuinely aggressive. Up front, the blacked-out Ford lettering across the grille replaces the traditional oval badge, and it gives the face a wider, more planted look. The steel bash plate underneath is not decorative, it is functional underbody protection that runs from the front bumper back to the transfer case. Around the sides, the 17-inch wheels look almost undersized against the body, but that smaller diameter is deliberate. It allows for taller sidewalls that absorb impacts off-road without damaging the rim. At the rear, dual exhaust tips exit behind the bumper, and the Ranger lettering stamped into the tailgate sits underneath a matching Raptor badge with the same graphic stripes from the sides. The interior follows through on what the exterior promises. The overall impression is dark, purposeful, and built to be cleaned after a hard day. Red stitching and red accents run through the dashboard, the air vents, and the seat bolsters, and it ties the cabin together without feeling overdone. Behind the steering wheel, which carries its own Raptor branding and a red 12 o'clock marker, the 12-inch Sync touchscreen handles navigation, media, and the drive mode selector. Physical climate controls sit below it, which is the right call for a truck you might be operating with gloves on. The front seats are heavily bolstered with Alcantara center panels and embroidered Raptor logos on the headrests. They hold you in place during aggressive off-road driving, and they remain comfortable enough for a 400-mile highway run. If comparisons like this help you decide, subscribe so you catch the next one. The rear bench offers enough legroom for 2 adults and features the same red accent stitching. This European spec example includes rear air conditioning vents on the center console, a detail that US buyers have been asking Ford to add since the Raptor launched stateside. The bed is a 5-foot box with a factory spray-in bedliner already applied. For a weekend trip with bikes and gear, the depth and width handle it without issue. Integrated tie-down points and cargo management slots line both sides, and the tailgate drops flat with a dampened action. The load lip sits at a reasonable height, though retrieving items from the far end of the bed does require climbing in, which is the trade-off of a truck this tall. Under the hood sits the reason this truck earned a spot on the industry's 10 best trucks list for a second consecutive year. The 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 EcoBoost produces 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque routed through a 10-speed automatic and permanent 4-wheel drive. The Fox Racing Live Valve shocks, which are 2.5-inch internal bypass dampers, adjust continuously to the terrain underneath you. 7 drive modes range from normal to Baja, and the front and rear locking differentials give it genuine capability on loose surfaces and rock. Ford also offers a factory-backed performance tune that pushes output to 455 horsepower and 536 pound-feet. Fuel economy sits at 16 city and 18 highway, which is not exceptional, but the Tacoma TRD Pro, with its hybrid system, only manages a few miles per gallon better while costing over $9,000 more. The one area where this truck asks for compromise is the lack of ventilated front seats. At this price point, it is a notable omission, especially when the Tacoma TRD Pro includes them as standard. The non-perforated leather does clean up more easily after off-road use, but for buyers in warmer climates, that may not be enough consolation. What Ford has built here is a truck that does not require you to choose between off-road performance and daily comfort. The Ranger Raptor does both, at a price that makes the decision easier than it should be. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.